From the makers of Man Bang, North Korea's answer to Netflix that has way less Stranger Things and way more state-produced documentaries about the joys of communism, comes yet another innovation in the world of tech, the iPad. Western capitalist propaganda may have led you to believe that the iPad was invented by Apple Incorporated and debuted by Steve Jobs in 2010. But that's just typical bullshit from the American aggressors who are still butthurt about Kim Il-sung valiantly banishing them from the Korean peninsula in 1953.
The real, true iPad is this groundbreaking device, the Ryonghong iPad, presumably forged single-handedly by the great Kim Jong-un himself. It was found in an advertisement in the most recent issue of North Korea's Foreign Trade magazine, which is written in English for some reason. The iPad is an absolute game changer. And here's what the ad says.
Ryonghong iPad is now popular among customers. It can perform a range of functions such as reading different sources of digital information, office work, and documentation. And it also has more than 40 apps.
Whoa!
The iPad boasts stability in terms of operating system. It is equipped with 4 CPUs and HDMI, plus a keyboard and network connection. All the bells and whistles.
Yeah, I mean, wow. But wait, there is more. Check out these specs. RAM, 1 gigabyte. Hard disk, 8 gigabyte. Processor, 1.2 gigahertz, 4 core. And Ryonghong's TF memory is loaded with dictionary and other apps. TF memory is known to be reliable for no writing errors. TF, by the way, is just a really, really old name for what we now know as microSD.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
But you're probably wondering about those 40 apps that this thing has.
I don't even know what you would do with 40 apps.
40 apps, come on. Well, here's what one of them does. Quote, an app of the loaded can diagnose up to 1,200 ailments and offer remedies, and it enjoys increasing popularity among customers. That's right, guys. North Koreans can now WebMD their paranoia without even getting on the internet. It's all there, offline, on the Ryonghong iPad.
That's crazy. They fixed the healthcare problems.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we could do something
health is in
innovative
your
like
hands.
this. Yeah. Now, I know you've already got your wallets out, but you're Western capitalist pigs. And you're not going to be able to get your hands on this iPad unless you actually make the trip out to North Korea, which we hear is totally great and has some sweet surf spots, bro. The lamestream oppressive Western capitalist system makes it difficult to buy up these premium North Korean goods, especially with companies like Apple pretending to have copyrighted the term iPad years ago.
Come on now. You're also gonna have trouble getting your hands on the Blue Sky, a computer that debuted in North Korea 2 years ago, which was immediately blatantly copied by Apple for their iMac line. Like, God, you're not even trying to hide it. However, though, due to the actions of some nefarious hackers a few years ago, you can actually try out North Korea's own Linux-based operating system, Red Star 3.0, which, again, Apple just clearly ripped it off when they were designing their OS X operating system. Like, it's just blatant. When is the West gonna give North Korea, best Korea, the credit that they deserve?
I don't know, but I want to see what Red Star 1.0 and 2.0 look like.
Well, you know how Apple puts the letter I in front of things?
Mm-hmm.
Red Star puts a lowercase k instead. It's KCal instead of iCal.
Nice.
And like K-Safari instead of...
KCal is how they measure calorie intake in European countries as well.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, meanwhile, outside of North Korea in the rogue nation of Taiwan, a bunch of new tech has been debuted this week at the annual Computex convention. And none of it is the Ryonghong iPad level of greatness, but there are a few noteworthy products. For example, PC Master Race types who have more money than sense should be stoked about Intel's new line of Core X processors, which includes the new i9-7980XE, an 18-core, 36-thread processor that sells for the very humble price of $2,000.
Ah!
There are, of course, other chips in the Core X series that cover a range of prices, but why would you ever settle for anything less than the best?
Yeah. You want to max out Battlefield 1?
Yeah.
Just drop $2,000 for this processor, which also, the Core X line requires an entirely new type of motherboard as well, so you're gonna be dropping some coin here.
Sure, but I mean, who wouldn't? For the performance that you desire.
Yeah.
If you want to change the face of war, you have to do it by spending money on processors.
I want to see every little piece of stubble on my enemies' faces when I guillotine them.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, though, this actually is a good thing, whether you can afford it or not. More likely not. Just recently, AMD announced their own 16-core Threadripper processor, part of AMD's larger effort to break back into the game and be taken seriously again. That's an effort that's included a whole range of processors priced very competitively with what Intel is offering, and that kind of competition is forcing Intel to go more and more extreme with their offerings, and thus make their weaker processors, which are still plenty powerful for gaming and video editing, way more affordable. So, you know, we might just be getting the scraps, but trickle-down economics works.
Sure.
And it's been proven.
The only Threadripper I know about is when I bend over to pick up a coin.
Ugh.
Rip. Now, at the opposite end of ludicrousness, Intel also showed off the compute card, an entire computer that's the size of a credit card, which sounds pretty similar to 2015's Compute Stick, a tiny computer Intel designed to simply plug into a TV's HDMI input, but this one isn't actually for consumers. Rather, Intel is aiming this one at other device manufacturers who hope they will build products around it, like smart TVs, all-in-one computers, tablets, connected home devices, and stuff like kiosks and interactive signage. A plethora.
Mm-hmm. You just pop this baby in.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how badly they copied off of North Korea for that one.
I know.
Buying ready-made tiny computers to put inside of tech products would eliminate a lot of design work and would presumably be pretty appealing to manufacturers, so...
Yeah, apparently these things they're already selling them like hotcakes. All these other companies are like, oh, just pop that in and I don't have to, like, build my own fucking motherboards and processors and shit. It's just there. Mm-hmm. But enough tiny stuff. Let's get back to big. Asus, they showed off a ridiculous 35-inch curved ultra-wide gaming monitor with a 200 hertz refresh rate. So you never get killed on the battlefield.
Nope.
A 3440 by 1441 resolution, and of course HDR, because you know what? Fuck it. When you drop $2,000 on an 18-core i9 processor, what's another $1,100 for a ridiculous monitor?
They say you can't buy skills, but I'm pretty sure that you can buy skills.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is like the ultimate DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just go buy the best parts with the biggest monitors.
Yeah, 35 inches. Who needs VR when your monitor covers your entire field of vision?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Once again, though, competition lies at the heart of this, as Asus's crosstown rivals at Acer. Bet you didn't know they were two different companies.
Yeah.
Both Taiwanese.
I forget all the time.
Yeah, Acer announced their own nearly identical monitor just last week with like, I think they even buy the actual like panel from the same like factory.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so that's cool. 35-inch curved ultra wides for everyone.
Yeah, they're handing them out like hotcakes. Asus also debuted a new Wi-Fi router that's strikingly different from their previous model, which looked like a spider basically. But this one is no less unique looking. This time, instead of a router that looks like it's going to become sentient and kill you in your sleep, they've taken a cue from the Dyson Airblade and created a router that's just a white box with a round hole in the middle. But hey, if you miss feeling threatened by your router, you could always just pop on a red shiny ball right there in the middle and it'll look like HAL 9000.
Yeah.
Or just glue some spikes to the sides of it.
Yeah.
That's the cool way to do it.
Maybe some Ramones patches.
I'm gonna get a little gargoyle for my Wi-Fi router.
It's a beautiful router you got there. It'd be a real shame if you just fucking ruined it. Get out the glue gun.
Just fucking do whatever
Check
you
it
want
out.
to it. Hey man, your router looks like shit. Thanks.
Yeah. Pretty punk rock, right? Mm-hmm. Anyways, the other news out of Computex was, well, first off, Microsoft showed off a bunch of third-party mixed reality headsets from companies like Dell and Asus, and very soon there's going to be a lot more VR, MR headsets.
That's good that they did that because theirs is shit. The field of view is like 3 inches.
Yeah.
I was very unimpressed. I was like, nah, future's not here yet.
Well, that's the thing. The HoloLens was never meant to be a consumer product.
Yeah.
It's just like Google Glass. It's just like, well, let's see how people use this, and then actually make something that works.
They don't, because I immediately took it off and said, well, that's pointless.
No, I fucking hated it. It ruined it. Like, after seeing all the fucking demo videos of the HoloLens over the last, like, 3 years.
Oh,
when I
wow,
finally
look how
put it
great
on,
that
I'm like,
looks.
oh, God, this sucks.
And you're like doing like this and nothing happens.
Yeah. Microsoft also announced a collaboration between them and Qualcomm to push this idea of always-on laptops that use cellular data and have batteries that last all day. Basically, I mean, I guess it makes sense for people that need to have their laptop with them all day. Apparently, they never turn off. You get notifications even when it's like closed in your bag.
I mean, it's kind of cool. It's like a cell phone that's a laptop.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. A cell phone laptop.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter because if you use your laptop and travel, you're not gonna be able to do that very soon because they're banning it.
We're banning laptops.
Yeah, you can't bring.
Have fun on the plane, asshole.
You know what I was thinking?
Read a book.
When I read that the other day that they were gonna do that, I'm like, I immediately need to invest in whatever. Like, I think Pelican's a private company, but you're not gonna want to just toss your laptop into your fucking luggage.
No.
You're gonna want a hard case for it.
Yeah.
This is a good investment.
Terrible. But anyway, now it's time for a quick word from this week's sponsoring advertiser, Hostgator. If you're looking into building your own website, Hostgator has all the tools that you need to build it and host it. Their drag and drop website builder and mobile friendly templates make it easy to create a great looking website fast. HostGator doesn't cap the amount or size of files directly pertaining to your website, and you can even create as many email addresses and forwards as you need.
They've also got 24/7 365 support available to assist you via live chat or email anytime you've got questions. And they give you a nice jump start for advertising with $100 worth of credits in Google AdWords. And if you give it a shot and you're not completely satisfied, simply cancel within 45 days for a full refund. So, for a website you'll love as much as your small business, go to hostgator.com/TechTuesday to sign up. Using that URL will get you 60% off, but hurry, because this is a limited time promotion. Discount applies to the first term only, so again, that is hostgator.com/TechTuesday.
But now back into the news. Last week, Phil Arrigo pointed out some pretty unsettling things about our nation's cybersecurity. Have they fixed those yet? No? It's even worse than before?
Aw.
Well, why don't you come on in and tell us all about it?
Yeah.
Head of the FCC, Ajit Pai, you got the day off. Trump, it's your turn. Not sure where any of you at home were when this club banger of a Trump tweet dropped last night. Woo! Despite the constant negative press, Kafifi, and the internet was set on fire. Memes, jokes, more memes. It took over the internet, and sadly the tweet was deleted 5 hours after it posted. Why must all the good ones die young? Well, here's where Kafifi shines a giant spotlight on nearly everything that's wrong with Donald Trump's presidency. He is a man who has access to troves of confidential information, embedded spies, covert military operations, and is one ask away from authorizing a nuclear missile launch anywhere in the world. And he literally does not know what he's tweeting. The man has a computer in his pocket that is connected to the internet, which is worldwide, in case you don't know, and he does not know what he tweeted, or got distracted and forgot to finish and then hit send, or dropped his phone and sent every single person in the world something he didn't mean to send. But Phil, it's just an honest mistake. All right, how about Sean Spicer's numerous incoherent tweets that could have been some sort of password or confidential code? Because look at this, sure looks like a password to me, and this one, these were sent from the president's press secretary. Maybe it was his 2-factor authentication key, or maybe it was something only a handful of people were meant to see. Either way, Sean sent it to the entire world. And even Snopes doesn't know, so who knows? But it's not just Trump's careless behavior and accidents that are potentially putting a lot of people in danger. Trump has recently handed his cell phone number out to world leaders and urged them to call him on his cell phone. The White House and US government have an infrastructure in place so that third parties like Russia and China and anyone else who wants to listen in on a call can't just hijack the call. It's not that hard to listen to a call if you're motivated. These things are stingray devices and they're used by local and federal law enforcement, and they can spoof your carrier's signal so that your cell phone latches on and whoever owns this box that is an off-the-shelf device can get your calls and texts and track you. And then there's the SS7 vulnerability, which still isn't fixed, and that lets people steal or reroute your texts, and they can get your location. Yet Trump forges ahead and behaves like the 70-year-old CEO of America who understands just enough about technology to use it, but refuses to heed any of its warnings. And that's how he's running this country. A story just broke today where a US defense contractor left 28 gigs of files unsecured on an Amazon cloud server. Gizmodo reports that it contained, quote, passwords to US government systems containing sensitive information, and they jump ahead to say at least half a dozen unencrypted passwords belonging to government contractors with top secret facility clearance. See, that's how this shit happens. You think Trump isn't getting confidential messages on that phone or around that phone or in that room? And go watch last week's TechNewsDay if you want to hear how abysmal the fucking security is at his golf courses is when he's hiding from the White House. Say what you want about Obama or Bush 2 or Clinton or even Bush 1, but those dudes might have done some sketchy shit or helped their cronies out to get extra money or jobs or whatever, but they didn't flash their privilege and access to the country's secrets like it's a new Rolex. Look, if Trump talks to world leaders, friends, enemies, from that stupid cell phone that he's butt tweeting from, how do we know he's not gonna butt dial someone who should not hear what's happening around him? I'd normally call bullshit on a butt dialing thing, but this is true. I once got a call from an ex and she's like, hey, you just called me? And I was like, no, I didn't, you needy little thing. And then I hung up and looked, and I did. I butt dialed her, and for 2 minutes, that call went on. And I have no idea what I was doing, and I have no idea what I said. That's the truth. Now, I'm just some asshole, but Trump is the president of the United States. And if civilians have to take a course before they can buy a gun in most states so they don't shoot somebody, this old fuck should have to take way more than that before he's allowed to have a technology-filled rectangle that could start a world war. You ever see those parents that let their kid play with an iPad so their kids will stop complaining, and then they try to take away the iPad and the kid throws a fucking tantrum? That's how Trump is with his cell phone. No one around him has the power to take away the most dangerous weapon he has. I mean, that, or the Kofivi tweet, was a simple distraction to draw everyone's attention away from Trump making waves as he prepares to withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord. Not many people are tweeting about that last night, just dickheads making memes. So whether you think he and his team are that smart, or worry he's so fucking dumb that he doesn't actually know what he's doing, and no matter where you are in the world, the phone in Donald Trump's pocket could cause a bomb to go off in your country. You know what? Maybe he didn't mean it. Maybe he just was trying to tweet at all the haters and losers. On a holiday, it's Christmas.
5D chess.
Well, whoo, lad. Yeah, let's talk about something fun instead. Like, check out what happened at the Portuguese Cup final this past Sunday. That's a soccer official bringing out the game ball on a goddamn flying drone board thing.
We did it.
Specifically, it's the Omni hoverboard, which, unlike damn near everything else that calls itself a hoverboard nowadays, actually hovers in the air and resembles the thing that the Green Goblin rides around on. Not terrifying at all. Much like the other so-called hoverboards, though, this thing, I don't think it even just looks dangerous. It probably is very dangerous. If you're not gonna get hurt riding on it, you're gonna actually accidentally bump into someone and chop their fucking face up.
Yeah, and I love like the legs are basically like ski boots.
Yeah.
Like you're stuck on this thing. If anything goes wrong, you are just stuck to this thing.
Yeah, it's like
Like you fly over water and you get tipped over, dead.
literally it's gonna be a Looney Tunes Wile E. Coyote scenario where you flip upside down and it slams you into the ground and then you bounce up and down like an accordion.
Yeah, and you still never catch that Roadrunner.
Those damn Acme hoverboards at it again.
Anyway, speaking of Spider-Man villains, maybe you'd prefer
Spider-Man.
maybe you'd prefer Dr. Octopus's extra robotic limbs.
Especially his dick.
Yeah, never shows that one, but it's the
No,
biggest.
it's huge.
World domination, it requires a lot of multitasking, but so does everyday life. So the Inami Hiyama Laboratory in Japan came up with Meta Limbs, which gives you 2 extra arms for solving problems like holding a phone while you type on a computer, opening a door when your hands are full, and yeah, that's about it.
Well, you know what it'd be good for over in Japan? Giving yourself a hug, because apparently they have
A lot of loneliness.
a lot of loneliness over there.
Or,
You give yourself a hug.
giving yourself a tug.
Hey, I'm actually doing work right now, but I'm also jerking myself off.
Anyway, how does it do this? Is it through some sort of complex brain-machine interface?
No! You control your 2 extra robo arms with your feet. There's a bunch of sensors on your feet, toes, and knees, and moving those parts of your body translates into movements from the robot's arms. This unsurprisingly looks awkward as hell from the waist down, but hey, if you're spending most of your day sitting, you're not using your legs for anything, so, I mean, at least it does something about that, sure. I'm
just moving my arm. Can't see it, but my legs look stupid.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the inventions that it looks stupid. It's kind of cool,
Yeah.
but I don't think walking around like this, it's like you're in a one-man band all the time.
Yeah, they don't really make a compelling case for it, like why anyone would need this. They even at one point, the guy's like welding, or no, he's soldering.
Yeah.
And for some reason, like you'd think you would want the robot arm to like hold the thing you're soldering, but no. He holds the circuit board, and then he has the robot arm do the soldering.
it's the opposite.
No,
way
what are you
should
doing?
do.
You're making this
The
worse.
precision should be in your hand.
We just solder.
Hey man, why are you kicking me under the desk? I'm jerking off. No, you're not. I can see both your hands. Not my third hand. It's on my third leg. Anyways, let's
You
move
can do
on.
like a lot of sandpepper butt grab pranks in
Yeah.
that thing.
Whoop. Hey, why is that guy moving his legs all funny? But yeah, like I said, moving on. A little over a year ago, we reported on Alphago, an AI neural net from Google company DeepMind, who managed to defeat one of the world's best players at the ancient game of Go. Go was a particularly ambitious game for an AI to win, as the number of possible moves and outcomes is so absurdly high. In the past, an AI would have to look at all of these possibilities and then choose between them, which would take forever. But in training a neural net like AlphaGo to play the game, they were essentially trying to get a machine to not only understand the game, but also teach itself strategy the more it completed. So.
Yeah, and now, over a year later, AlphaGo is officially the greatest Go player on Earth. Sorry, humans. It has defeated the world's top-ranking player, as well as defeating a 5-man team of Go champions. What's most interesting here, though, as with AlphaGo's previous matches, is that its playstyle and decisions are reportedly quite unorthodox. I don't play the game, so I can't vouch for that.
It's like when Chloe was doing really well at the poker.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how the game works, so the possibilities are endless.
All in.
But yeah, in Go's 2,500-year existence as a game, human players have adopted certain strategies for success, but in AlphaGo's short existence, it's managed to basically come up with its own completely new and unique playstyle.
We should fucking get download whatever this is.
Oh yeah, they just, oh please, take it.
Hand it over, and we should fucking have it play with Chloe. Because she's definitely never heard of the game Go.
the machine just...
Dad, I win. I'm the best. Chloe Dykstra, the #1 Go champion.
I did it! Did I win?
I don't know what that means. Is it good? The AI is broken. Anyways, the process of giving an AI a task and then having the AI manage to come up with its own potentially better way of doing the task is what DeepMind hopes to do with more practical endeavors like medicine and engineering. AlphaGo is essentially a proof of concept showing that a neural network AI can solve problems better than humans and also in the process give humans better problem-solving abilities themselves. During AlphaGo's recent matches, its opponents often chose to adopt AlphaGo's own unorthodox strategies, and for one match, players played alongside AlphaGo, alternating turns. One of the Chinese grandmasters who played alongside AlphaGo said after the match, "AlphaGo is very confident, and he gives me confidence. He helps me believe I should take the helm."
We all need a little
bot.
AlphaGo, yeah. I think you should do this. You know what, AlphaGo, you're right. I should do this.
I like this robot. He's got a good head on his shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think this would be good for, like, I don't know, airplanes. A machine that's just like,
Do you need help? Hey, maybe.
why don't you take a nap?
Yeah.
I got this. AlphaGo's on the.
Also,
plane.
just to add really quick, Corey Lewandowski got fired from Uber,
Oh yeah. The lawsuit is still ongoing.
but he's fired.
He's fired. They should have fired him a long time ago.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah. Uber
They
is.
probably had him in one of those situations like I don't think you've seen *Halt and Catch Fire* yet, but
No.
in order to seem like they're not stealing the code directly, they just keep Lewandowski in a room down the hall, and they're like, don't talk to him, but he can work independently.
No, that's the thing. They like 2 weeks ago, they basically banished him from the self-driving car department. So
Yeah.
he has just been sitting in a room for like
He's like
half
Big
a
Head.
month. Yeah, just like, well, we can't have you work on this thing we hired you for because it looks
hang on
really
the roof.
bad. Yeah, go hang out on the roof.
Yeah.
And you're still making $800K a year, so
Sure.
it's fine. But anyway, that's it for this week's Tech News Day. Thank you again to this week's sponsoring advertiser, Hostgator, for advertising on this show. Whether you are a small business, or a large business, or a first-time blogger, or a last-time blogger,
Or if you want to solve the malware code by just
Yeah.
signing up a website.
yeah, you want a website, we're not going to ask why. But Hostgator has all the tools you need to build and host your website all in one place. Their drag-and-drop website builder makes it easy to create a great-looking website fast. And Hostgator's 24/7 support is always available to assist you via live chat or email anytime you have a question. So head to hostgator.com/TechTuesday to sign up and get yourself 60% off. But hurry, this is a limited time promotion. Discount applies to the first term only.
Please be sure to check out our awesome charity poker tournament that went up very recently on the Party Time channel. We had a lot of fun playing it. We really, really want this thing to get some traction and hopefully get some sponsors so we can keep doing it in the future. Yeah, just check it out. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about it. And also check out a new episode of ETC Daily where we talk about Donald Trump's little Twitter fingers.
Kafifke.
Whatever he said.
Bye.